every story appears ordinary till you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is a story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Hello there, thank you for joining us tonight on CoreTV Primetime News. I am Frank Omalape. Tonight, President Muhammadu Buhari has ordered all ministries, departments and agencies of government to stop operating multiple bank accounts for revenues and incomes. Also in this program, troops have carried out an attack on camps of militants believed to have launched the recent attack on a military base in Nembe, Bayelsa State. And Senate President Bukola Saraki has accused popular online medium Sahara Reporters of producing and posting a fake UK passport on its website to tarnish his reputation. And outside Nigeria, UN peacekeeper in the Central African Republic has shot dead 4 of his colleagues and wounded 8 others. Thank you for joining us again. President Muhammadu Buhari has ordered all ministries, departments and agencies of government to stop operating multiple bank accounts for revenues and incomes. They are henceforth to pay all revenues, incomes and other receipts into a Treasury single account domicile with the Central Bank of Nigeria. Senior Special Assistant to the Vice President on Media and Publicity, Laolu Akande, reviewed this in a statement issued on Sunday in Abuja, displaying that the President's directive was meant to promote transparency and facilitate compliance with Section 80 and 162 of the Constitution. Akande emphasized that the directive applies to fully funded organs of government like ministries, departments, agencies and foreign missions, as well as the partially funded ones like teaching hospitals, medical centers and federal tertiary institutions. Affected MDAs include the Central Bank, Customs, Federal Inland Revenue Services, Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation, and Nigeria Ports Authority. Away from there now, troops have carried out an attack on the camps of militants believed to have launched the recent attack on a military base in Nembe, Bayelsa State. Defense headquarters said in a statement issued in Abuja that 6 suspects, including 2 women, were arrested in the raid, which yielded large quantities of arms and ammunition, 3 speedboats, communication gadgets and generators. It added that the suspects are helping the Joint Task Force in investigations, while more troops are on the trail of other suspects. The military authorities also disclosed that the soldiers destroyed the militant camp located in Rivers State. And now the incessant attacks by the insurgents in the northeast part of the country has increased tremendously under the present administration of President Muhammadu Buhari due to inappropriate methods of fighting the menace. This according to the founder of IFAO Local and leader of Oodua People's Congress, Gani Adams, speaking during the 10th anniversary of Agbamu community in Kwara State. The report.
Gani Adams, military hands alone cannot solve the persistent increase in Boko Haram activities in the northeast. The best way, according to him, is to give room for dialogue between the government and the sects with a peacekeeping committee in place. He stressed that fighting Boko Haram with military will give room for propaganda as the depth of their activities are still unknown.
Firstly, I will advise federal government to make sure they reconcile or build a standing committee to dialogue with the Boko Haram. The issue of terrorism in the global village, I don't see a situation that you can have a mind that you can win that war militarily. Because the war you are fighting with them, you don't know the figures of the people that you want to confront with your might or your equipment. The people fighting you, they are fighting a guerrilla war. You don't even know who you want to fight. The person you suppose as a citizen of Nigeria have been infiltrated, have been brainwashed to be part and parcel of this ugly group. And if care is not taken, if the government did not dialogue with them, they will infiltrate other regions.
Gani Adams also urged the federal government on the security of pipelines. He reiterates security as everybody's business, and as such, the military alone can guarantee the maximum security of pipelines as the country loses over 1.3 trillion naira to vandalism.
The contract terminated in June 15 after a period of 3 months. And after a period of 3 months, they roll in the army, civil defense to protect the pipeline. And for the period of that 3 months, Nigeria have lost almost 200 people. You can see what happened in Arepo. Nigeria lost nothing less than 140 people. Nigeria is a country that did not realize that security is something that every hand must be on deck to protect our system. It's not lies on the law enforcement agent alone. If I have an information, if I don't divulge the information to the law enforcement, it can't be successful. Information is power. We are talking of the community that this pipeline passed through, for the people of that community to protect it and cooperate with the law enforcement agent.
It will be recalled that the present government has recently revoked the contract given to Oodua People's Congress to secure the pipelines by the past administration. But as we count days into President Muhammadu Buhari's administration, the question would be how best can the nation tackle the threat posed by both insurgency and criminals to economy and lives of Nigerians. Rashid, CoreTV News, Agbamu, Kwara State.
Away from security matter now, Ekiti State Governor Ayodele Fauci has called for the removal of Amina Zakari as acting chairperson of the Independent National Electoral Commission, saying the appointment is unknown to the 1999 Constitution. Fauci, in a statement issued on Sunday by his special assistant on public communications and new media, Lero Olayinka, said the most honorable thing for President Muhammadu Buhari to do was to rescind the unlawful appointment of Mrs. Zakari as INEC acting chairperson. According to the statement, President Muhammadu Buhari's appointment of his in-law Zakari posed danger to democracy, adding that the Constitution, as amended, which established INEC and other federal executive body, did not make any provision for the appointment of acting chairman. According to him, and I quote, since Zakari's tenure as INEC National Electoral Commissioner has expired, she cannot continue to reside legally on INEC affairs except if duly appointed as substantive chairman of the commission as provided in Section 154, Section 1 and 3 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. End of quote. And our Kwara State Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Inyola Oyedepo, has welcomed the idea of the President Muhammadu Buhari's administration in the fight against corruption and to make Nigerians clean of corruption practice. He added that the recent statement on probe of some of ministers who serve under the former president is a good idea, but it should not be biased. And now the All Progressive Congress will on Monday commence the screening of its Kogi State governorship aspirant. So far, 27 aspirants have obtained the party's expression of interest forms from the APC National Secretariat in Abuja with the number of aspirants. The party had ranked or raking 148 million from the sales of the expression of interest forms, which cost 5.5 million naira each. The aspirants include a former Kogi State Governor Abubakar Audu, James Ocholi, Alhaji Yahaya Bello, Senator Nicholas Ubane, Sani Shaibu, Suleiman Babali, Vice Marshal Saliu Atawadi, Muhammad Abdullahi, Senator Nuruddin Usman, and Hajia Hadiza Ibrahim. They also include the veteran journalist and one of the founding fathers of Newswatch magazine, Yakubu Mohammed, Chief Clarence Olafemi, Suleiman Abutu, Sunday Ejibo, Suleiman Ikpinishu, and Tim Dichi. He said it was incumbent on the citizenry of the state to vote into power person with exposure and competence who could rescue the state from its pitiable state. And now Senate President Bukola Saraki has accused popular online media Sahara reporters of producing and posting a fake UK passport on its website to tarnish his reputation. He has also urged the British authorities to investigate what he described as an act of criminality. The Senate President added in his statement by his special assistant on new media, Bami Kole Omishore, that his UK solicitors have written the passport office in Britain on they need to get to the root of the alleged forgery and prosecute the offenders. Saraki also denied claims that he is not a Nigerian citizen. He admits having a dual citizenship, but argued that nothing in the Nigerian constitution prevents him from aspiring for elective office. The Senate President cited Section 25, subsection 1C to buttress his point and suggested that Sahara reporters was serving the interests of an unnamed sponsor whose identity he claimed would soon be made public. You're still watching CoreTV News at prime time. We take a break shortly. We'll be back with more stories after this time out. Stay with us.
This is what the people are saying.
You don't run a big economy with generator. They need to do more in terms of energy and power.
Many things to do for this Nigeria about lights, water, and new TT.
For Nigerians that are not gullible, we know that good laws have done nothing good for this country.
Buhari won the election convincingly.
Talk to her husband that you should keep promise about what you said, and because people are watching you, you know, another election is coming.
Also, some people will strong for Yoruba land, will be strong man. We don't die.
This nation is moving forward. The best is going to take place.
The people giving voice to the voiceless.
Some pundits believe that as long as the political system is driven by selected few, corruption may be difficult to fight.
You should be careful about what you say.
I am not the only politician. Even if I've wronged anyone, it's time to forgive me.
Please for Arena every Sunday at 9:15 p.m. and a repeat broadcast every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m.
You're watching CoreTV Primetime News live from our Lagos studios. If you just join us, a quick reminder of our top stories. President Muhammadu Buhari has ordered all ministries, departments and agencies of government to stop operating multiple bank accounts for revenues and incomes. And also, troops have carried out an attack on camps of militants believed to have launched the recent attack on a military base in Nembe, Bayelsa State. And Senate President Bukola Saraki has accused popular online media and Sahara reporters of producing and posting a fake UK passport on its website to tarnish his reputation. And now all our top stories can be found on our social media platforms, facebook.com/CoreTV, leave a space. You can also follow at CoreTV News NG. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/CoreTV, space the news. Kaduna is set to begin the second round of the verification of civil servants as part of ongoing efforts to clean up the payroll. Government officials say the next round is to authenticate the outcome of the first exercise. Special Assistant Media and Publicity to the Governor, Samuel Aruwan, disclosed in a statement that the exercise will resume on Monday, August 10. He added that the permanent secretaries and other senior government officials are expected to identify their staff in the next phase of the exercise. The government expects all civil servants to present either their national identity card, voter's card, an international passport, or driver's license for physical verification. The workers have since been informed that the exercise is a precondition for the payment of their July salaries. And now the Imo Rotary Club has installed new leadership and award members who had outstandingly gave in their best to the service of humanity. The memorable event had members across the state in attendance. The president of the club, while speaking to CoreTV News, said the essence of the event is to bring in credible leaders to pilot the affairs of the club throughout the state and beyond. He called on the awardees to continue in their good works. And now the National Human Rights Commission has inaugurated a three-man panel to resolve the conflict between the Federal University of Minna and Gidan Kwano community and other neighboring villages in Niger State. Senior Special Assistant to Executive Secretary of the NHRC, Lambert Opara, said in a statement that the panel comprised Maman Osuman as the chairman, with Jibrin Okutepa and the Solicitor General of Nasarawa State, Abigail Waya, as members. According to the NHRC had received complaints from some affected communities around the site of the Federal University of Technology, Minna, stating that they were facing ejection. Chairman of the newly inaugurated panel, Osuman, said the committee will capitalize on the confidence which all the parties to the dispute had at the intervention of the NHRC as a neutral body. You're still watching the CoreTV Primetime News. We'll take another break now. We'll be back with sports, business, and stories outside Nigeria. Stay with us.
Is it crazy or autocracy? Or what type of crazy is that? Except crazy.
News making the headlines.
Black Maria is to carry criminals, trading looters that are in government today.
Sometimes it gets confrontational.
Slap you in the face. Excuse me, don't put words into my mouth.
Whatever it is that will bring our military to disrepute, I say to hell
on Core Digest.
I want to know why I should be believing them.
Every weekday, we'll bring all of these together and take them to the court of public opinion.
Everybody have a right in Nigeria.
Where you are the judge.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then news. CoreTV News, our 24-hour news station.
And outside Nigeria now, a Rwandan UN peacekeeper in the Central African Republic has shot dead 4 of his colleagues and wounded 8 others at their base before being gunned down himself. Military sources have said the UN said it was opening an investigation into the killings, which it called the worst such incident to hit the peacekeeping mission in the country since it was deployed in September 2014. A Rwandan soldier picked up his gun and killed his 4 colleagues before being gunned down. The shooting happened at the Rwandan contingent's base in the capital Bangui, and the reasons for the violence remain unknown, said a calm military officer on condition of not being identified. The force comprises of 10,800 troops drawn from Burundi, Cameroon, Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, Rwanda, Morocco, Senegal, Pakistan, and Indonesia. The unrest in Central African Republic was spurred by a 2013 coup that ousted President Francois Bozize and then pushed the country into a conflict that took on a religious dimension, pitting sections of the Christian and Muslim populations against one another. An emotional memorial service has been held in the Japanese city of Nagasaki, where U.S. forces dropped an atomic bomb exactly 70 years ago. Speeches at the ceremony criticized the attending Prime Minister Shinzo Abe for his plans to loosen the restrictions on what Japan's military can do. At least 70,000 people died in the attack, which came 3 days after another bomb was dropped on Hiroshima. A solemn ceremony in front of guests from 75 countries, including U.S. Ambassador Caroline Kennedy, began on Sunday with a declaration read out by children. A minute's silence and bells marked the time of the explosion in 1949 at 2:02 GMT. A survivor of the Nagasaki attack, 86-year-old Sumiteru Taniguchi, described the injuries he had suffered and said he could not accept Mr. Abe's new legislation. The legislation would allow Japan to engage in the combat in defense of an ally which comes under attack for the first time since World War II. And now let's come back home for business. A former Minister of Defense, General Domkat Bali, retired now, has denied being indebted to any bank, saying he never took any loan from Access Bank PLC, as published in some newspapers last week. Bali was listed alongside the pastor and pro-chancellor chairman of the governing council of the Redeemers University, Tokobo Adesoya, in a publication by the bank in respect of a 279 million naira loan facility by Lucratel Limited, a telecommunications infrastructure service provider. But in a statement he issued on Sunday by Oluleke Oladogba, a business management consultant, Bali vehemently rejected the publication linking him and Adesoya with the loan. Retired General Domkat Bali and Pastor Tokumbo Adesoya never took any loan from and have never owed Access Bank, he said. They were never shareholders or executive directors of Lucratel Limited, the statement quoted. Although Bali admitted that he and Adesoya were honorary chairman and members, respectively, of Lucratel Limited between 2008 and 2009, he said they were neither shareholders nor were they never involved in the management of the company as executive directors. And now the Central Bank of Nigeria, in agreement with the Bankers Committee, put on hold the rollout of cashless policy exercise nationwide. This is against the background of the plan to embark on infrastructural development in other states, such that when it is rolled out, it will be without challenge to customers and to the banking public generally. Currently, cashless Nigeria is running in 5 states plus the Federal Capital Territory. The states are Lagos, Ogun, Anambra, Rivers, and Kano, plus Abuja. Shegun Agbaje, who addressed the issue of domiciliary account as discussed by the committee, said the operation of domiciliary account still remains same while a customer has vested access to his money. The committee also discussed issues bordering on delinquent debtors, saying they have been receiving responses as they expect. They also agreed to follow up with sanctions to be meted on the directors of the firms that are published as delinquent debtors. And as the 3-month campaign against imported poultry by Nigeria Customs Service enters its 3rd week, smuggling and sale of the product have not abated. In the last 2 weeks of the Operation Hawk Descent, the customs have seized over 32 billion naira worth of poultry smuggled into the country through the southwestern axis of Nigeria-Benin border. In a statement on its website, the NCS said it had recorded seizures worth 21.8 and 6,206 cartons in the 2nd week of the Operation Hawk Descent. This was in addition to 1,803 cartons of poultry worth over 12 million seized during the first week of the operation, an increase of 9 million, according to him. On the whole, the seizures, which consists of 8,009 cartons of banned products, were recorded at villages around the borders in Idiroko, Badagry Creeks, Badagry Waterway, all in Lagos State, and Agbara in Ogun State. The Controller General of Custom, Abdullahi Diko, said the objective of the operation was to make imported poultry unattractive to Nigerian consumers and turn into a high-risk product for smugglers and eventually cut off the supplies to nations' markets. Let's get back to sports now. Nigeria coach Sunday Olise has invited 23 players from the domestic league to begin camp ahead of next month's Africa Cup of Nations qualifying match against Tanzania in Dar es Salaam. A few players were retained from Stephen Kechi's era, including Warri Wolves, Bolahon Salami, Solomon Kwambi, and Nelson Bonaya, while current Nigeria Premier League leading scorer Tunde Adeniji of Sunshine Stars and Heartlands Bright Ejike have been handed a first-time call-up. The new manager has called up goalkeepers Olufemi Thomas and Ike Chukwuezenwa in the absence of Daniel Akpe, who has recently moved to Chipa United in South Africa. Akpe has been touted as a future successor to Vincent Nyama since his heroic denied Bafana a crucial victory in the friendly in Durban last March. All players have been asked to report to camp in Abuja by Monday, August 17. And now Odion Igalo got his first goal in the English Premiership as Watford played a 2-2 draw against Everton at the Goodson Park. The Nigerian replaced Jose Manuel Jorago in the 74th minute of the game and made his impact felt 9 minutes later after making a mess of the Toffees season to put his side in the lead after Rose Barkley leveled Miguel's Leon's opener. But 3 minutes later, the Watford backline was undone as Connie Collis slid a short past Gomez on the Angus Carter thrilling first day spectacles. You've been watching CoreTV Prime Time News. Just before we go, a recap of our major headline. We told you that the president has laid embargo on multiple accounts from the MDAs. And now troops have carried out an attack on camps of militants believed to have launched the recent attack on a military base in Nembe, Bayelsa State. And now Senate President Bukola Saraki has accused popular online media Sahara reporters of producing and posting a fake UK passport on its website to tarnish its reputation. Well, and that's it on CoreTV Primetime News tonight. Many thanks for watching. On behalf of the entire news crew, I am Frank Omalape. Have a good night rest.